When I think about Christian, Christian Williams, aka Izzy, Lil Izzy, um, I meet a lot of kids that rap, a lot of them. But what I don't get to meet are a lot of kids that rap and that have already figured out how to monetize their rap. Um, Izzy was one of the first young men that I saw do that in high school.
Yeah. What you about to be pushing? What's going on over there with you?
You know what I'm saying? Finna drop another mixtape song. Been like just like every day, trying to I don't know the word I'm looking for. Trying to perfect my craft. Yeah.
You icy as hell, bro.
Thank you.
I just want that to be number one. Let that be known. You know what I'm saying? That's the number one thing. Watch bling blinging. So you said mixtape. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
When you thinking about dropping?
Like song like close to summertime. Like I'm trying to like turn the summer. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to like drop it like close to like to May. Like so I like just like have like everybody just turned up on East.
Right.
Yeah.
Who you use?
United Masters.
You like it over there?
Yeah. They cool.
Yeah. I know we tested them all out. I think we did. We started out with CD Baby, right? Because that was the one we had the biggest relationship with.
They pay good too.
United Masters?
Yeah, they pay money.
So when we first tried them out, I think we tried out, what was that record? I think it was the Here I Go song with Mojave.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine. I didn't see anything wrong with them. If you like it, United Masters, keep doing them. So you getting paid what, every week or every month? Okay, cool. Yeah, I need to look at United Masters again. Because Masters and publishing, that's more sync licensing, correct?
Well, Masters is full ownership.
Yeah, Masters for us.
Yeah, so Masters is ownership of the song.
Actual real estate of the record, that's right.
Yeah.
And then the
and
publishing side
are the
is
rights that you license out.
Right, okay. So you're familiar with those terms?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my full time.
What made you want to go learn, like, because to be 16 and know those words like publishing, masters, and like understanding how to go into United Masters and do all of that, that's not atypical. You do realize that, right? So like, how you want to? What made you want to learn that part?
Because like, so like when I was like let me see, like 11, like I like try to like make money like by myself. Like I see like folks around me, like they'll do this, then like they'll go to jail. So I be like, nah, I want to be different. Like try to like stand out from the whole family. Like basically, like be the first millionaire in my family time.
When I would talk to Izzy, oftentimes, more than not, after school, can't do this, can't come to that because I gotta head to the studio, and I like that. I ended up pairing him with Type T.
I'm originally from, so I'm a transplant. I've been in Memphis for the last 12 years, but I'm originally from Middle Tennessee. I don't know if y'all familiar with the Murfreesboro area. Middle Tennessee State University, it's my alma mater. Music is my passion. I love it. Without it, I'm nothing. But we want to be more inclusive because everybody is driven by something, right? You could be driven by music, you could be driven by accounting, you could be driven by tattoos. I'm hearing talking to people, that's their passion. So you could be driven by whatever it is. Music has given me so many opportunities and I love Memphis for everything. I'm a Billboard chart hip hop artist based here in Memphis, Tennessee. I've had my songs placed on over 100 TV shows, video game trailers, some shows like Power, Love and Hip Hop, all that stuff. And Memphis has given me all these opportunities, so I'm super thankful. Recently I was able to be featured in a prestigious magazine called Forbes Magazines, and it was because I was able to put on my own show at the Orpheum Theater. And without this city, I'm nothing. So music is my passion. I'm gonna keep on pushing for it, and I'm excited to be a part of this program.
I don't go to the studio to write. The songs are written.
I practice the beat. Like when I go to the studio, like I have like the beat down, lyrics down, like high.
It's go time. When I get in here, it's job because I gotta pay you. And the reason why I want to pay the engineer in the studio people, because I understand they gotta keep the lights on too. So I ain't here to play with y'all. Like, give me the beat, I can go back home, write some, come up here. When I come here, I'm trying to knock out 3-4 songs. That way, I'm saving money, I'm putting money in your pocket, but we ain't here lollygagging. Because there's been times you've been in sessions and you ain't getting nothing done. And I got to spend that money. you already got it, bro. You 16, you know the keys of the industry. You've already dropped mixtapes and albums. You're so far advanced, bro. Like when I was 16, first of all, I wasn't in Memphis, but we didn't have no technology to do none of this stuff. There was no way. Like if I wanted to rap, I thought you had to. Honestly, I thought you had to be a street nigga who killed people like 50 Cent now. I didn't know nothing else. There was nothing else for us to know. Like there was, but you got the industry right in front of you. There's nothing that can stop you from doing this. It really ain't. When the music industry is more about like. I look at it like a presidential campaign, really. It's about you galvanizing the people. Yeah. So, yeah, I know you want to have 10 million people that know you. But if you get yourself a strong 1,000,
fan base,
that really will,
right,
that'll spend $25, $30, $50, $100 with you out the year, you can do this for the rest of your life.
Hey, Sean is such a good kid. He's a leader, and like most impressive, he's his own person. Like I've seen him remain himself in the midst of like other kids tripping out, and he's also humble. Like he's been working on his brand, Fallen Child, working on trying to get it out there for like the past 2 years. Fallen Child is an Outcast thing, is what he told me. You know, it's a brand that represents folks that go through struggles and challenges but still make it out on top. You know, so I really wanted to connect him with someone in the industry, in the clothing industry that has experienced some success. And so I was excited when I was able to pair him with Mr. Donald Kirkland of Lifestyle Printing, who owns his own t-shirt printing business. You know, they've been successfully operating for the past 5 years. You know, he interacts with hundreds of clothing designers annually and was able to provide Tayshawn with insight from the manufacturing side of the clothing line business.
Those years basically they think it's like it got biblical meanings to it, but like it don't. It's deeper than it. Like it's like when I came up with the name, I wanted something that was different, but like it connected to me basically. So like I was thinking to myself like, what's something they basically got something to do with me? So like I came up with that name because like it's not about just actually being a fighter, like just taking your own way basically. And like doing things yourself.
Okay. So yeah, so how long you been doing
it? A year now.
So look, what's the process you usually go through when you get into print? Like, do you know the different types of ways that shirts and hoodies are made?
You talking like the material and stuff?
So the different types of ways could be like, so here we might only focus on screen printing. Different type of ways could be like a DTG, direct to garment. You got embroidery, which is
I know that.
Okay, bam. So look, what part do you primarily focus on, or is it different ones depending on the graphic?
Well, like at first when I started, it was just heat transfer. But like I'm trying to get into different stuff like embroidery, puff print, like all that.
Okay, that's perfect. So yeah, I know a lot of times when I talk to people who got clothing lines, man, depending on your graphic, depending on how you go about printing. So even if we talking about, you know what I'm saying, heat press, sometimes people don't necessarily like heat press, but really depend on the image, depending on how you print it. So I thought I had a Nike shirt on, but usually if you see a Nike shirt, even when you go into the mall, like that might be heat pressed. You see, or it could be vinyl heat pressed on. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so with screen printing, people focus on screen printing when you might have a limited amount of colors and you're doing a larger quantity. You might do DTG or direct to garment when it's 25 shirts or less, and it might be full of colors. And then embroidery, of course, if you're trying to do maybe more like a cut and sew or some of that nature. You know what I mean? So bam. So here, man, we primarily focus on the screen print process. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah.
Okay, bam. So the screen print process, it's a longer setup process, but when we print the shirts, you can print them way faster. So usually what we do is we start with an image. So let's say we start on the computer. This right here is a guy that came in yesterday, day before yesterday, and he has a clothing brand called Enchanted. So what we do is, man, he would send me the image. I would pull it up into a program like this, and then I would have to redraw the image. So with screen printing, for each individual color that's in your image needs an individual screen. So it's almost like making a stencil and then piecing the stencil together. Because what we're doing is we're pushing ink through a screen to pretty much make the t-shirt. So it's almost like the oldest form of printing. Let's say it started in 1600s in China. So it's just a way of printing almost before something like the printing press. When they're making a newspaper, they're making a stencil of it and then they're just hammering on a sheet of paper. So bam, the first process is we pretty much get the image, and then we have to redraw it into a vector program, something similar to this. After we redraw it, then we have to burn it to a transparency. So bam. So this is pretty much a clear transparency. We're using this transparency to, let me see if I got one up here. I'm gonna grab one from the back real quick. So bam, so the beginning process is we pull the image, pull your image up on the computer. After we do that, we print it on a transparency. So, man, each one of these transparencies I have a different color to it. And what we're pretty much doing is starting with a like pretty much like a clear screen. Then we have to wash it, degrease it, put it in the dryer. Then we put a some type of emulsion on the screen that's kind of light sensitive. Like I said, man, honestly, this is a super old formal way of printing. It's almost like, so right now we're in the digital age, so right now they're recording and they might use a digital recorder, right? Before that, you might take pictures, you might be in a dark room, and then it has to develop, and it'll take time. Like when I was younger, bro, I had to take pictures and then take it to Walmart, wait for them to give me my pictures a week, and then come back. That's long. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, with girls, and then having to wait till the pictures be developed. Right, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're doing when you, like I said, for each individual color. Let's say you print your shirt, we probably need 2 screens, one screen for the black and then one screen for the white. So you have to go through that process, we clean it, and then we burn it like this. You know what I'm saying? Transparency that we burned up front. We put it on the screen itself. Let's say that we're trying to burn this screen. So bam, we'll put the screen right here for the transparency. And then we'll put a screen inside here. So this right here is called an exposure unit. So exposure unit is pretty much like a light source. It's almost like having a screen and then sitting down in the sun. This part right here is just like some photo emulsion and it's light sensitive. So it's supposed to be a dark room. Anytime it's exposed to light, it kind of exposes the image. So where the light doesn't touch the screen is where your image is where you can wash it out. So what happens is we put it under a light source, we put it for a certain amount of seconds, we wash it out. And then when we wash it out, we put it in this dryer right here. So we start with the computer, we print out the transparency, we come in here, we put it on the light source, we burn it, we wash it out, and then we put it under a drying cabinet. After we do all that, now we're setting up to the process of printing. So that's why with screen printing, it's it might be a minimum order of a person starting shirts, and you know, it's just a longer setup time. So being it's a longer setup time, you know, it can be a little bit more costly. But as we print more shirts, it gets way cheaper. So if you did some embroidery, it could take, let's say, 10 minutes to do embroidery. And they just have needle or thread and they're just poking it. If you're doing DTG, they put it on something like a big printer, like you're printing a sheet of paper, and it prints on top of it, which take 3 minutes. So with us, it's a longer setup process, but after we start the process, we might be able to print like 5,000 shirts in a day. So now we go through this process, we're setting up a stencil, walk out through here. And this is right here is like the production kit. So this is Mark right here. Mark is working on the manual press, and we also have an automatic press. So what he's doing right now is kind of registering the screens so that the colors match and they touch each other. So what he does is we have the screen, we burn the image, it's dry, and now we're pushing ink through the stencil so that it lines up on the press. And you better see the multiple colors. That way it'll do a little quicker. So this is the registration process. So like I said, all this is doing the setup, And after he sets up, then he'll be able to quickly put shirts on the manual press. We had to push them through and then do it. So what we did is when we print the transparency and we put it on the screen, we wanted to put registration marks so it can line up the image. So that's the last one. Looks like he's trying to line this up. And what he's doing is pretty much just manually lining up the lines. So that way he'll print it real quick. So bang, what I'm gonna do, Mark, is I'm gonna try to grab one so we get this line up real quick. Okay, but this is the best one because we got already lined that one up. And then this part here is gonna really make the image come quick. Kind of flood it through. And then kind of just push it in through the press. You know what I'm saying? So it's a longer process, but once we set it up, like I said, you might be able to print thousands of shirts, you know, at one time. So bam, so even with me lining it up, I should have lined the press marks up all the way. You see how the orange isn't touching the black, which means that I need to re-register it and then adjust the screen.
Hill, appreciate you being here with you, Lut. Appreciate you being here for the Game Changers movement, motion, internship. Would you let the world know who is Tayshawn Neal? What's your family dynamic? Where you come from?
Well, like it ain't much to it. Like I come from like North Memphis. I was born in North Memphis. Like growing up, our family, like my family, like I don't know how to explain. Like we got by basically. So like as I got older and like started to learn more and mature, it just made me want to go different about certain things.
Mm-hmm. When you say go different about certain things, what you mean by that?
I mean, like, basically, when I say that, I mean, like, just, like, try my best, but, like, give him all.
Okay. All right. So, try your best, not be average. Give it your all. So, like, in the classroom and business, you can
Yes,
name it
sir.
everything. Okay. Can you tell us about, like, what are you passionate about? How old are you?
I'm 18.
All right, so you're 18 years old. You're in high school. Some people, when I ask them, like, what do you want to do with your future, they'll tell me what they want to do, but they're not doing anything to get close to what it is that they say they want to become. But you are. And can you speak to what is your passion? What are you currently working on that's for your present and also your future, because you're building something?
Well, like, growing up, I was passionate about a lot of things. Like, as I just got older, like, around, like, last year, like, really before that, I was really just passionate about clothes, like, having a name for myself. So, like, since last year, like, the beginning of last year, I started, like, getting more in depth with clothes, like clothing brands and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. What's the name of your brand?
Fallen Child Clothing. Well, the clothing is just, it's a necessity.
Fallen Child Clothing. How did you come up with the concept of Fallen Child?
Like, well, the name, when I made the name, like, people would see it as like if it had biblical terms, but like to me, it had a personal meaning to me. Like, it was basically explaining where I came from. So like explaining like what I've been through and like how when I got my name for it, it was like me just deciding to go my own way, like take my own route.
So Fallen Child is a brand that represents people that go their own way, take their own route. They leaders.
Yes, sir.
Right. So they stand out. They don't just try to be a part of the crowd.
Like, they don't try hard to fit in. They just do their own thing.
Fallen Child. Okay. Miss Tempest Shepherd, thank you for being a part of.
Okay.
Thank you for being a part of Got Motion. Just wondering, can you fill us in on where you're from, family background dynamic?
I'm from Horn Lake, Mississippi, so that's right outside of Memphis, Tennessee. My family background is, most of my family is from Horn Lake, Mississippi, Walls, Mississippi, so like real family oriented, real country, just like really close, tight-knit family. I have a really big family, but it's really tight-knit. Oh, so my passion is art and just creating in general, like all different types of art, tattooing, drawing, sculpting, anything dealing with art. My brand is right now tattooing. That's what I do full time. I got into it a couple years ago when COVID hit. I was in school and I left and I really wanted to try it out. So I started then and been doing it ever since. I just really wanted to like share my art with people, but not just on paper. So even in school, like I would always just draw on people in the back of the class. Like I would always get in trouble for being back there drawing on people, drawing on people's pants, like consistently getting in trouble for that. So just, and I've always been like really infatuated with tattoos, whether it was tribal tattoos, like African scarring, any types of body modification. I've always been really into it. So.
You know, India is extremely talented, very talented young lady. You know, in school, if she's in class, you always see her doodling and sketching something, and just, you know, practicing and working on her craft. I think that drawing has become, you know, something that's like a therapeutic outlet for India, like almost just a way of life.
I'm passionate about my art. I do a lot of sketches. I paint. I create stuff a lot. I ain't gonna lie. When I learned how to first draw, I think I started drawing because of my mama. Cause my mama know how to draw a little bit too. So I do know that. I've been drawing since I was a little girl for sure, like first grade. What kept me going was my mama, because my mama inspired me to keep going on my art.
So what you gonna learn when you tattoo is, you can prep as much as you want. A lot of times people still don't get here. And I'll be like, oh, I think I want to do something a little different and do it like this. So you still gonna have to probably redo those things a little bit. All right, and so I'm doing it in 3 different sizes. So like another thing that like we probably won't talk about until like the last session is like pricing. But I'm showing you this now because like when people come in here, and so say like they want a small tattoo. A small tattoo would be considered like this, all right? So a small tattoo is something like that. Like I would say, okay, like that's $50 or $75 depending on what it is. So the bigger a tattoo gets, the more I charge. The longer it takes me to do it, the more I charge. The more detailed it is, the more I charge. Does that make sense? So like sizing really changes everything and plays a part in it. So I always give people different size options. Also because say somebody like a big size and they didn't expect it to cost that much. And they're like, well, what if I get it smaller? And I'm like, yeah, you can get it smaller and we can save like more within your budget and it's easier to work with people that way. So I have a few different sizes for when they get here. So I told you I always wait to get my needles when they get here, okay? So all my needles are in there. They all stay boxed up, they all stay prepackaged, and so I'm ready to use them, okay? I'm gonna pull one needle out. It's a 3-round liner. When we do your tattoo next week, I'm gonna really go into depth about needles during that one. But that would just be too much information to try to give you in one day to talk about all this stuff, okay? Do not ever open a needle until you are about to tattoo. Do not ever. It's gonna save you a lot of trouble, okay? Because if somebody watches you open a fresh needle, they can never accuse you of anything that is important. That is so important because you are liable for whatever you do to somebody's skin. The second you open a needle, it can be used at one time. That's it. After that, it's done. If I open a needle and I don't use it, I still can't use it no more because it's open, okay? So do not ever open a needle until right when you're about to start this tattoo, okay? Okay, so that was the tattoo you want to correct or no?
Yep.
Okay, so this would be like an easy day. Somebody come in and like, oh yeah, like this is exactly what I want. Like cool, it go by quick. A lot of times, coming here, like I said, they're like, oh, I thought about this. I saw this on Pinterest. I want to do this instead. So we gotta take a whole bunch of time to review it. Okay, little piece gotta come out. No, you know, we keep it on there. And we was hand stenciling it. You thinking about when we was hand stenciling. When we hand stenciling, yeah, that part did come off. But when we run it through here, what do we do?
Oh, okay.
Opposite.
Use it all.
Uh-huh. So I always shade the area you tattoo. I always also just shade a little bit around the area. So like that's another thing that's important. Whenever you stenciling people, make sure they relax, because like when people flex up, it'll change the whole position of the tattoo versus like when they relax. So don't let people, you know. And a lot of times I still end up moving tattoos because I don't like the spot. I'm gonna lay it on there. I'm gonna rub it across. Try to get it as flat as possible, because if you get it wrinkly, like it's gonna end up looking real messed up. Okay, so you see that spot? That's almost like dead center between both of them. So I'm gonna have them go look at that in the mirror and see if he okay with the placement. I never do it. You know how when we drawing, we like this a lot? Mm-hmm. You never tattoo like that, okay? You don't want to pull no line like that. It's very easy to mess up. If I'm pulling a line up here, I'm gonna have my needle like this, or either pointed towards the direction I'm going, okay? So when you're drawing, we do it like that. But when you're tattooing, you're not gonna tattoo like that, okay? Mm-hmm. And if you look closely, you can see most of this needle that's hanging out is not going into his skin. You only need the needle to go like 2 layers into their skin. You don't need the needle going like super deep, okay? Yeah. So you're gonna always tilt the needle a little bit, okay? The reason you're gonna do that is because you don't want to be stabbing somebody like straight up and down, right? Mm-hmm. You want to really just have it angled at like a 45-degree or higher, so that it's really just sliding right between them little skin cells, okay? Black is gonna always be the easiest one to get into skin, especially when it comes to like clients with different complexions. Okay, so before I put everything up, I have my client look at it and ask them to go look at it in the mirror, make sure they're okay with it. So,
yes, sir.
When I talked with India about her future career, you know, she had mentioned wanting to have a career where she can utilize her skill set of art, and also that, you know, just explain that she was researching doing tattoos and what that would entail. So I automatically knew that I needed to find someone to pair her up with that could mentor and provide an internship for her, and that was Miss Tempest Shepherd of Tempting Inc. Could not have picked anyone better. I knew that Miss Tempest was the right woman for the job when I was looking on her social media and I saw her make a post about wishing she had someone to pour into her and mentor her in doing tattoos, because she had to like learn it on her own. So that was a match made in heaven, and I witnessed Tempest be super patient, you know, and supportive as she taught India, you know, the basics of doing tattoos. Dimitri is easily one of the funniest kids that I know. Very personable, a people person, does not meet a stranger, and you know, just a joy to be around. I actually knew Cornelius for his raps, because he also raps, but I knew I wanted to incorporate or have an internship for art, so I reached out to an art teacher and was like, hey, if you could pick anybody for an internship for art, who would that be? And his name popped up. So I knew that I wanted to pair him up with Mr. Dimitri Stevens.
My name is Dimitri Stevens, and I'm from Fayette County. It's a little bit outside of Memphis. I've been living in Memphis since 2011. But a fun fact about me is that I'm one of 9 kids, so I have 8 siblings. And I guess I'm a little bit special because I'm number 9. All right, I'm smack dab in the middle. I got 4 older ones. I got 4 older siblings, and I asked them for money. And I got 4 younger siblings, and they asked me for money. So yeah, Fayette County, I love it out there. We grew up with a lot of land. My grandmother lived right down the street. And I just love the community that we had. I was raised in a single parent household. I still keep in touch with my dad. We're very similar. I like him. I never got to play a game of chess with him yet, but he lives in Alaska right now, so I'm not gonna play a game of chess with him anytime soon. So I'm gonna tell you about my brand right now. My brand is, I'm gonna pull it up right here. This is my website. It is alwaysdimitri.com.
Okay.
That's my website. I made it myself. So what I do is I make fine art. A lot of it is oil on canvas, oil on paper. Any way we can get art done in a traditional way, mostly hand painted. Those are my things. I can become obsessed with them. Whether it's just some minimal color fill work or just photo-based realism. I do like to work with portraits, but I'm kind of all over the place. So when you're an artist and you work in so many different styles, you are called multifaceted. So I am a multifaceted artist, and I've been actively selling artwork in Memphis since 2011 when I went to Memphis College of Art. And after that, just in between, while I was in school, I worked at the Memphis Brooks Museum for about 9 years off and on, and they nurtured me and showed me so many different things. So I definitely love them for that. I wanted to be an artist for a living. It really clicked for me in high school, but even before that, just looking back on it, we do these competitions in elementary school. I get honorable mention. I'm like, okay, let me see if I can do a little bit better. That honorable mention that I got from elementary school alone came with a scholarship to go to law school. And I didn't go to law school, but I got a scholarship to go to law school based off of some artwork I did in elementary school. And up until, I got some honorable mentions in middle school as well for like the bird dog competition. And in high school, I got a regional second place for a poster competition for Skills USA. And that came with another scholarship as well to go to any ITT Technical Institute. So I was like, I'm getting all these awards for my art.
Yeah.
I was like, let me take my portfolio to art school because people are obviously ready to give me money to go to college. So me and I had two friends in my college, and we all kind of went to we all applied to the same art school that we got in, and I got a really big, scholarship to go to the Memphis College of Art after they viewed my portfolio. So
Wow.
that was one of the things that just, the acceptance of the artwork at that stage was what really made me feel like it was possible. That's Dimitri Stevens. All got like a different signature, but yeah, that's all me. Yeah, we had a show here. They brought out some cakes and champagne, and we sat in here and had a pretty good time.
I'm still in there for this champagne.
And I'm still learning about this hotel. That's the one I worked the hardest on. Look at it, it's a peacock flying. So you see these wings right here? These wings will be like right there. You get to see what's underneath it, which a lot of peacocks, you only see about a little bit of it. But when the wings are open, you can really see all of that. But usually you just see this, covering all that up. So I just changed it up.
So when they do go to the art, so this one here, then drop down.
Yeah, they drop down. Yeah, all that, because every one of these feathers got this on them. So yeah, they drop it down, like they coming behind it. So it's just this from a different angle. Very similar to that, so I like that because you get to see like the patterns of wings. There's a lot of details in them too, when you look at them.
We doing a meal at our school.
You help me?
Yeah, okay. She'll take a picture. So I follow G.A.M.E. She working on it right now. I go to the bottom.
Okay.
It's probably like the niche area. jungle. It's got a little scroll right there. It's gonna be a message on it for the school.
Okay. All of these paintings probably took me 2 months each. Yeah. Took me about 2 months
I
each.
been giving up too quick. I can't last a couple hours.
Well, I mean, in the process of working on a painting for 2 months, you do give up
I like people
a lot. Thank you.
in a different shape.
I ain't just noticed that it's a little, then it come out like that.
Yeah. It gives it like some more depth. Yeah. Yeah.
They bought them for you, right?
Nah.
Oh, you gave them?
It magically was closed today.
But I heard DME, they really knows how this junk really white.
Yeah. Just a
White
pop off
plastic.
the top. And what I wanted to do when I do another one, I'm gonna go into it right. I'm gonna put little diamonds on every one of these.
Real diamond?
Little Swarovski crystals, little crystals on all of them.
This really working off, still working. This all ain't finished.
All of them finished. But when I do another one, I'm gonna put little diamonds on all of them because it's gonna look good. And if I get them on here too, little diamonds on the eye of all of them, it's gonna look really good. This is inspired by Pablo Escobar. So Pablo Escobar, he get these villas and he have like nice exotic animals. I knew he did hippos, but I just imagined that he would like have a statue, some hibiscus flowers, some pink flowers for his wife, you know what I mean? Like a decked out villa that he's never gonna be at. And when you look really deep through this window, you see that they're at the ocean too, it's oceanside. Based off of that little bitty spot, you get a whole ocean and a beach. So I was just thinking about like a villa that he would, you know, want to stay in.
So this side of the joint, inside the place when you come in. So this outside.
Yeah,
You gotta go
yeah.
out.
You're kind of like you're kind of like in the front, in the driveway, in the you know, in the front yard. And it's like it's a lot of you know, stuff that takes you all the way back. You got really small flowers right here, really detailed flowers right here. This was fun to do.
I see that curve though.
Yeah.
Look, pink. I see it going all the way around too.
I did it wrong a couple of times, but to get it that pink, it was real fun.
Did you use acrylic or oil and acrylic?
I use both. So some areas is just straight. Some areas is acrylic. Like I was working on, you can't mix the two. So I was just using oil and acrylic. Like some of these are just straight oil, and some of these are all acrylic. But I painted them in like a stained glass manner, so everything is kind of separated. So it'll still be like yellow, and I go through like for that day I go through acrylic, or that day I go through oil. And sometimes I do mix them.
Cost effective to swap between the two because oil paint is more expensive and it takes longer to dry. But the acrylic makes a really nice base.
When you did your underpaint, when you painted the brown back in the back, did you already had this drawn out and you painted that black?
I colored the whole thing gray, and what it said do was you got to mix red, yellow, blue, like all your colors. You mix a big pile of that gray, color the whole thing gray. You still got the gray. You take every color and you mix it and go in circles.
And Kendall Scott, very talented young man, humble and also a little shy, but we're working on him coming out of that comfort zone because he has so many different gifts and talents, you know, to offer the world. He's just multi-talented and has many interests. He told me he wanted to learn how to trade stocks, real estate. He wanted to potentially do the Army. He even wants to create content on YouTube and other social media platforms. And so Kendall also happens to be an unofficial barber for the whole Manassas High School.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from Memphis, you know what I'm saying? Born and raised in the Bay, you know what I'm saying? Came to the North. And my family, you know what I'm saying? I grew up, just my mama, you know what I'm saying? She hold it down.
Is that your mom beside you?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She stay beside me, number one. Yeah, that's about it, you know what I'm saying?
Well, me and Kendall, we talk a lot on a regular basis. He knows that he can come to me and tell me anything. When it comes down to him and the girls or him and his friends, anything that's going on with Kendall, I'm always gonna be there for him to guide him and the right direction. Him and his friends. Everybody know I keep an open house, an open door.
Yes, ma'am.
I take them all in, love them all the same. That's for him and his folks, siblings as well.
What keep me going is really just my mama. Like, I feel like if it weren't for her, I wouldn't be able to do nothing I'm capable of doing now. I gotta keep going for her. You know what I'm saying? And with the haircut and stuff, I love cutting her, you know what I'm saying, and showing what I could do on folks' head, getting folks right. That's what I like doing, what I like doing. That's what I'm passionate about, really.
Tough as hell. They're trying to do $25, $30 cuts, yada, yada, yada. And taking that track, or taking that track. Whereas you can join the military, get the military money, cut hair while you're in the military. That's giving you hours, like a lot of different hours towards your license, because you got so many different people around you. Like, you go to boot camp, you may be in there with 400 dudes. Don't nobody know how to cut hair in that moment.
I think you don't make it go bald either.
When you first join, the first thing they're gonna let you do is cut your hair. So, yeah. But after that, eventually, you'll be able to start cutting hair as well. And people are gonna be, especially niggas, they're gonna be looking for a barber. They're gonna be trying to find somebody who know how to cut hair. So how about this? We just go talk to the recruiters and see what jobs and what kind of sign bonuses they got to offer. And then it ain't no commitments, you don't have to join anything.
That's what I tell you, man. The mental thing never tell me the dog. When I was first on time, I'm dedicated to the thing, never take the dog.
That's crazy that they can really show you, hey man, we got this, this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a system where they can go pull up all the jobs and show you the signing bonuses and everything.
Cornelius, Christian, Tayshawn, and Kendall. You guys, I just want to thank you guys for taking advantage of the opportunity to be a part of my Game Changers movement. Got Motion internship is the first of its kind. I don't think that anybody has ever offered internships to young teenagers in high school during school hours. Hope that they allow me to keep on doing this. But like, you know, I handpicked you guys because I see so much potential in y'all, and I believe in y'all future. So I just wanted to give y'all exposure, give y'all access to people who are doing what it is that you're currently doing and what you're interested in doing. So, man, I learned a lot from the experience, and I hope that you guys learned a lot. I hope that it makes you more confident and also make you believe in like wherever life takes you and what you guys choose to do with your life. Y'all know I got y'all back. I support y'all. And I got a certificate. Okay. Yep, put this on the wall, put this on the wall. You got a little check with it. There you go. He said 300. I like him. He got he a high achiever, but his hopes might be up too high. Too high. You want $300 stipend? There you go, Christian Williams. Yep, got Motion. Got Cornelius Timms, our future artist. Yes, sir. There you go. Kendall Scott. There's a glare on it? Okay. A.L. Stipend. And then for Ms. Tempest. Ms. Tempest, I appreciate you for coming out. I appreciate you for first of all, I've been mentoring since 2015, and I've only kind of zoomed into young men, but you know, made an exception for India Mitchell and reached out to you And I knew that you were perfect because when I was looking on your Facebook, you had made a post saying something like, I wish somebody could have mentored me when I was trying to learn how to be a tattoo artist. And so I was like, man, she's gonna be a perfect fit. And that you were extremely patient, and I could tell that you really just want the best for India, and that you were and that you care about her and where she goes. So just a little token of my gratitude. Thank you, Cobb. Yep. Appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hang those up on the wall. Hopefully this will be the first of many, but you guys were the first cohort of G.A.M.E Motion. And again, this is also going to be kind of like a documentary, so that's why I had Larry following the process and seeing you guys at your leadership training, seeing you guys at your internship sites. So you guys will have a keepsake in addition to this certificate. As soon as he's finished with the documentary, you guys gonna get the first, I won't say copies because that's too old school. Yeah, I give y'all the link. Y'all get the link. But while I have you guys here, just want to hear, and I know you're on time, I don't want you to get that boot. Just want to hear, like, what do you guys, what was your takeaway? I noticed all of your mentors wasn't able to make it for different reasons, but if you would tell them on camera, you know what I'm saying, thank you, or what you appreciate about them taking their time, their effort, their talents, and sharing it with you guys, doing their business hours and their work hours while they were making money, I appreciate it.
My name is Kim, you know what I'm saying, Palm King, but I appreciate my mentor. I appreciate what he was telling me. He let me know some real stuff. And he told me a lot of stuff I need to know about brokerage accounts, investments, and with the Navy in general. So if that's something I want to do, I had something to fall back on.
Okay. And so, so just last night you had your prom, the whole school voted you prom king. Go ahead and put that crown on for me one sec. So, all right.
I already know what's going on.
So, then you got the bling bling, okay. So tell me, what's the game plan? What do you think you're leaning towards after school? What's your game plan?
See, I got multiple plans, but what I'm due for sure is go to barbering school as soon as I get my diploma and get content stuff on the barber and try to do something quick.
I want to thank my mentor. Like, I ain't gonna lie, working with him, like, he showed me a lot. Like, it's more to having a clothing brand than just like putting something down. Like, when you got like a clothing brand, it's a lot that come with it. Like, from you just gonna be days where you want to give up and stuff like that. But like, he basically showed me that you just got to keep going even when it get hard.
So y'all, this Christian Williams and Tight T really like helped me a whole lot. Told me how to keep going my mirrors, like stuff get hard, just keep going, just like be yourself and stuff like that, and I really appreciate it. And like, he gonna see a lot of his advice in my next show. I stamp it. And like, this Christian Williams, and I appreciate G.A.M.E, shout out G.A.M.E, this from Easy, you feel?
My name is Cornelius Timms, and I'm here with the Game Changers, and I want to thank Demetrius for taking time out of his day from inviting me to his school to mentor kids and why he mentoring me. And I want to thank Mr. Spear for most of all, though, for even seeing potential that I don't see in myself, but I'm seeing now this, like, as he taking me through it. Like, I ain't know I was gonna be in this. I ain't know my name was gonna be on no certificate, but it's on that though. I ain't gonna lie. And I want to thank Tempest for letting me come to her shop, even though I wasn't even part of her internship. Shout out to Game Changers though.
Okay, so my name is Tempest. This was my first year with G.A.M.E Motion. Honestly, it was a really great program. It was a lot different than what I was expected any other time I've mentored. We've never done like on hands, working with kids with what they want to do in the future. So that was really good, and just seeing like the potential that India has. She's gonna be so great. India, if you see this, I just want you to know that like you can do anything. Don't let what people say about you get in your head. don't let it affect you. Don't let it change the way you look at yourself. I watched you the day you came in, start talking more, start opening up more, being more confident holding a tattoo machine. And the way that you just use that tattoo machine like that, like you are truly a natural at it. You're truly a natural at art. So just understand, like, you are so powerful. You're able to do anything that you want to do. And I just hope that you see that and you remember that about yourself and that you never forget it.